Well, good morning, Business 10 students. This is Mr.D, and this is week number 11 in our 14 or 16-week course here at Chaffey College on Introduction to Business. And this week we're going to be looking at Chapter 12, Distributing and Promoting Products and Services. Of course, we're in our section on marketing, and so we are talking all about the various aspects of marketing. And if you remember, marketing consists of the 4 P's: product, price, place, and promotion. So we're going to be looking now at that promotional piece of marketing, and that's what chapter 12 is going to cover. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and here I am on our homepage in Canvas, and I'm going to go ahead and come down here and select. We're in module number 3, so we have a couple more weeks in module 3, and then we're going to be moving into our final and last module. So as we looked at last week in week number 9 or 10, we covered basically creating products and pricing strategies. So this is where we're dealing with the product and price aspects of marketing. And this week we're going to be looking again at the placement and the promotional aspects of marketing. But last week, of course, you had a check-in assignment. You did this marketing mix evaluation, which was looking at In-N-Out Burger and asking the question of what is their marketing strategy for their price, their place, their promotions, and their products. And then I asked you which of those 4 did they put the most emphasis into and that they're the most consistent. And of course, product is really the right answer. In-N-Out Burger, you can change any 3 or any three of those except product, and I think they would still do great. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'll pay $1 more for a burger. I'm not going there because they're cheap. I'm going there because their quality is consistent. It's good, and that's really where they put it. I mean, even having the limited menu is a part of their marketing strategy because it allows them to save so much money. They have very little waste. They're blowing through burgers and buns and tomatoes and onions like crazy. I guarantee they have hardly any loss because of that. And so their strategy is definitely product, and price probably would be a close second because their price is very reasonable compared to other places, but product is the king. And if they change their product, chances are they would not be as successful as they are because they've done a great job of that. So anyway, that was your homework assignment. Hopefully you see it that way. If not, then give me reasons why you don't see it that way. And I'll be happy to give you a good score regardless. Of course, you had a quiz, and then we started or continued our discussion post by Simon Sinek. And I highly recommend that you don't skip that because it is something that you'll be thinking about for years to come. It's all about how people buy our why. They don't buy our what in most cases. So usually we like to identify ourselves with brands that we believe in or values and commitments that brands have that are similar to ours. We tend to be more loyal to them. And that's really the idea. So it really comes back to marketing, kind of your, what are you doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? And if you market that well, you can grab a lot of customers. And so you don't want to miss that. You're going to, again, watch the video by Simon Sinek. You're going to answer a couple questions, and then you're going to comment on other students. So as we jump ahead then to this week, we have Chapter 12 we're looking at. There's a PowerPoint for that. There's a check-in assignment for that with a few questions on Chapter 12, again, that deals with promotions and placement. Then I have a product distribution strategy worksheet as your homework. And this is really just looking back over a couple of significant purchases you might have recently made and asking you to do a little research and find out where that product came from and how did it get to the store where you bought it. So I want you to answer the question, what is the product? What store did you buy it at? What kind of store is that as far as the categories that are given in the chapter? And then I want you to tell me, how did it get there? How did it get to the shelf so that you can buy it? And so I want you to do a little research, maybe look at where the company manufactures the product. Is it distributed through Amazon? Is it distributed through their own channels? Is it distributed through mediators or retail outlets, things like that? So tell me the best you can. Give me as much as you can about how it got to the shelf so that you could buy it. And I'm going to grade you, but whether or not you did some research. If you just kind of guessed it, then you'll get a lower grade. But if you give me some, information like where they were manufactured and what their distribution channels are as best you can find, then you'll get a higher grade. But I want you to see that distribution is a huge part, and there's a lot of money savings in that area. That's why supply chain management and logistics has become very popular, because getting products to people is very expensive, and if you can find ways to do it efficiently, you can become very successful. If you start a business that way, you can become very successful. And then, of course, you have your quiz, and then you have your discussion post that you're going to be finishing up, and then you have your third exam. And again, exams are 50 questions, and there is one essay question at the end, but always the essay question is based on one of the homework assignments that you've done. So it shouldn't be too difficult. Most of you should already know the answer to the essay question, but make sure your essay question is substantial. It shouldn't just be a couple of sentences. It should be a couple of short paragraphs. That's a good level of answering with depth and detail, and I'll give you full credit if you do. But that's pretty much it for this week. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I do not have office hours at Chaffey, but you can contact me via text or email, and I can set something up with you if you need some help. But please don't fall behind. I know a few of you are running behind a little bit, and we're getting close to the end. I don't want to, have to worry about you catching up at the very end. So please at least do this week's work. And if you've missed anything in the past, after you've gotten done with this week's, then go back and make it up. But don't go back and work on the old stuff and then skip this week, because then you're just staying and falling behind. So do this week's work first, and then go back and make up anything that you've missed. So that's